Hello and welcome to today's video. I wanted to knock some sounds. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I'm not even using a knife. And just look at that. Yeah, listen to that. That's the sound of crispiness. And this is my substitute for yam ring, or what I'm trying to do to make when I can't make yam ring. But this is crispy yam ring, and we've got the gravy for it. And don't mind my burp. I'm just and yeah, let's get right into it and go into the recipe. So I'm getting water boiling, and I'm going to put in roughly 2 or 3 tablespoons. Well, yeah, I'm just guessing it of potato starch first before that's about before I've got the mashed potato, which I have just in front. Yeah, I probably should have mixed it better before I mixed potato starch, but okay. I'm just going to mix it up and get the potato starch in there, and then I'm going to do the mashed potato in, so more or less like that. Then we're going to, the consistency we are looking for is what you call Play-Doh. So that's what we're going to go for. So Play-Doh is what we're looking for in terms of consistency. I'm reducing the fire so it doesn't burn or cook up anything else. So I just wanted to show you an update. This is the texture that I've currently gone with. I used roughly about 120 grams of instant mashed potato flakes. The one that I'm using comes pre-marinated with some turmeric or something, so the color is supposed to be a bit yellow, but I don't really notice it. But yeah, tell me if you see anything. Anyway, my flour, the potato starch, because I should have mixed it before I put the water in, or put it into the water, is obviously not super well mixed, but that's okay. I'm now adding cream butter, as you can recall, or you know it, it's called butter schmaltz. Give it some oil, and I'm going to start getting ready to oil the sides as well. I'm going to try and form it around these little pans that I have, that I'm going to put in the air fryer. We're using the air fryer for this as usual. And this is what I'm doing. So before I forget, I should mention, you can see little patches of brown, so I didn't mix it super well. But that's basically Chinese fried spice powder and some salt. How much depends on you. I roughly use something like half a teaspoon of Chinese fried spice powder and something like 1 teaspoon of salt, just to flavor this a bit more. And I also use some ground pepper, as you could probably also see. But yeah, that's it. And I'm going to continue massaging this up. It's ready to form, as you can see already. And then I'm going to get it ready for the air fryer. So just I want to show you what I've done and what I'm going to do. I've oiled the outside of the pan, and I've started with one amount of the dough there, or half the amount, and I'm just going to press it down, and then I'm going to mold it out. Yeah, I'm trying to make, I don't want the base, so the base is not important. I'm making it whole or big enough so I can form the structure of the well. Yep, around that. Yep, exactly like this. So just doing this, and then we will try and build the walls up. It doesn't have to be super tall. The main thing is to get all of it to form. And as you can probably tell, it's still kind of warm. And before you put it in the air fryer, you need to cool the dough down, otherwise it probably will break. So that's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to form this out, and I've already formed it in any case. As you can see, yeah, it looks, yeah, kind of okay. I don't know what I will get though. That will be the surprise. But so I'm going to form out the second one as well, and then I'm just going to start spraying it with oil, and then we can get on with what else we need to do. So yeah, just to show you. So I formed it, and it's turned out reasonably well. So I'm going to, as what I read when I was ideal formation, I'm going to oil the hell out of it. Pardon my French. And yeah, The idea is because I'm using the air fryer instead of deep frying that Chinese restaurants do, I need to somehow make up for the amount of oil. So yeah, in order to crisp it up, we have to do it like that. So I'm going around like that, and I'm just going to spread it out with my spatula and just hope that this is enough. But as I said just now or earlier, we now need to cool the dough down. So because if you try and air fry it while it's hot or still even warm, it will definitely collapse. So I'm just going to wait for it a bit more. I've got the windows open again. We are in ambient 15 degrees, I guess. So that will probably take about 10-20 minutes. I'm going to do 200 degrees and we'll start with 10 minutes, but I suspect we may need closer to half an hour. But let's see where we end up. Okay, let's come back. So, as I suspected, it's taking a while in the air fryer. It's done almost, I would say, 20 minutes, yeah, almost 20 minutes. So, we will see how it goes. There are some promising parts, but nothing really crispy yet, so nothing to show. I will show that in a short while, and we will see how that turned out. In the meantime, I'm getting ready the gravy, or the filling part of the yam, if you like, and of the yam ring, sorry. And to do this, I am cooking up some smoked bacon. So I'm cooking this up just to give some flavor profile, also just to give the kids some bits of protein. Otherwise, it will be mostly a vegetarian, and I'll show you that in a while. I've got the rest of the ingredients prepped up here. It's going to be simple, but with a slight twist, which I'll explain in a short while. So let's get into it. And now I'm working on the sauce proper. And I've got mushrooms that I've been cooking up, and you can see they're nicely charred. I've just added some mushroom powder on it. I need to add some pepper shortly. That's what I was looking. Adding water to it to form the gravy. And I'm going to be doing something slightly different this time, which is that instead of using a thickener, because normally, of course, because we're making gravy, you need some sort of thickener. I'll be using a mashed potato powder, which I have been playing around recently as a form of gravy thickener. So I'm also going to be using that just to give a bit more body in case the mashed potato is not enough. Although I think it should be enough, but yeah, you never know. But that's what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to give the I'm going to be using the base of the gravy with mashed potato powder. So come back to that. I should also mention that be careful when you are buying the mashed potato powder, because there are many different types, which I never knew until I started buying it. And of course, you want to get as little of other ingredients in the mashed potato powder as possible. So don't buy those with milk already mixed in, or dairy, or any kind of other ingredients besides potato and salt and the usual stuff. But those with milk or those with other stuff, especially flavorings, because here in Europe there's plenty with different flavorings. The one I have, or I was using just now, as you saw, that one's got a bit of turmeric flavoring, although I never saw it, so I would not have realized it if I didn't check the ingredients list. But yeah, you want it to be free of all this, so in order that you can use it for the most flexible of applications, indeed like using it for gravy, is what I will be showing you. Yeah, so just to mention that. So yeah, I've got water added in. I'm just showing you how much water, and I'll show you how much mashed potato powder I'll add. Start with a small amount, and then we'll see how much it goes into. And I'm only flavoring it at the end once it's thickened up enough or sufficiently. So just to show you how much I'm going with, yeah, as always, I'm using guessing, or agak as we call it in Malaysia. I'm guessing how much I'm going to apply. The one thing to consider when you're using mashed potatoes as a gravy thickener, though, is that it will have a slight, as you can see, slight grainy profile, more grainy to it than compared with the usual starches. So please bear in that. You don't want to use it in your sauces that are very delicate. or sauces where it could be too light, that this grainy texture will eventually stand out. But for this style applications, noodle sauces, the basic sauces, I think it works fine. And in fact, I was quite impressed when I was using it for even mashed potato gravy. So it works really well. That's why I'm confident that it'll work for this as well. Our little thing in the air fryer, and it's almost done, so I'll take that out as well to show you, and then we can wrap it up. So roughly after 40 minutes, more or less 40 minutes on 200 degrees in the air fryer, and look at that. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm suitably impressed. Moment of truth. Look at that. And yeah, it's crispy and it's hollow. It's the most important sounds you want for this, which means that yeah, it's crispy and it's puffed. The perfect substitute for yam ring, yeah. And maybe I could go into more background on why I'm doing this, but we get yam here. Yam is not a favorite of us, so I wanted something different. So this is something different. And coincidentally, of course, the trouble is getting the bowls out to make it look better. But I think you can keep the bowls in and you can serve it on it, yeah, and it looks nice. Of course, you have to imagine that because that's not what I'm doing. I'm probably going to cut it up already and distribute it. But yeah, just to show you, and that's what it will look like. And I'm quite impressed. I mean, I did not realize this would work. And just to show you the under, wow, look at that. That looks great, both sides. And yeah, it's stuck to the bowl, despite my best efforts oiling it. But yeah, it's fine. I will take it out. Like I said, I will cut it out. And showing the end result, here we go. Look at that. I mean, yeah, I tried my best to cut it out. And I still have the last one in there. But yeah, it really does look, form, and taste very similar to yam ring. This works. And that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching and thanks very much for continuing to follow. If you do, as always, like, subscribe, share, comment. Every effort counts. Thank you very much. And until the next one, see you and jumpat makan. But thanks for following and please watch another video.